Hello everybody, this is Julie from Diamond Cloud Studio, and as you can see today, I'm going to be testing out my new art supplies that I got for Christmas and some that I had bought earlier that I just haven't tested out yet. So I've got you way up on my camera stand so that you can see my whole area that I'm going to be working in, but we will zoom down in as I start to color so you can see my swatches. And let's see, what do I want to say before we get started? It's a very cold, windy day here in New England. It was 16 when I got up. So I'm very glad I don't have to go outside today for anything. Our snow is almost gone, which is sad, but there is more on the way. So I'm excited about that. I'm not sure what I'm going to start with first. All right, let me pick something and then I will zoom you in and we'll get started. Okay, I've decided that I'm going to start with these because these are the ones I've really been dying to see the most. These are the Faber-Castell Goldfarber Aqua. So they are watercolor pencils, and my Hobby Lobby sells these open stock. They were $1.49 each, and I just picked out some naturey colors to try. And I've been back to Hobby Lobby once, and I was dying to buy more, but I hadn't even tried these, so I couldn't. So I'm excited to do these today and see what I think about them, and then I can decide if I want to get more. Okay, just as in looking at them, they do not have any information except a number. So there probably is a color name to go with that, but for now, all I have is the number. And I'm totally out of waterproof pens right now, and I need to order some more. So I'm not gonna label any of these because I don't wanna use ink that will bleed in the sketchbook, because if I do watercolor on the other side, then guess what? It's gonna smear my writing, and I would not be happy about that. So no labeling today, but I will go back and label them later. All right, let's get started with this one first. I've got my new clip from Target. If you saw my last video, I picked that up. Absolutely love it. I almost want another one. If only they were $1 instead of $3, I might get more. Okay, let's see here. It's kind of big, but I wanted to use it, so. I like big swatches. Some videos I watch, and they swatch these little tiny circles, and excuse me, I can hardly see them. So I like big swatches. These feel pretty smooth, but they don't really go down real solid or anything. I'm not sure if I want to wait and activate them when I get them all down or each time. Oh, let's see. I'm dying to see what it looks like. All right, so I have 3 things of water because I hate dirty water. Now, I know these are just student grade. Okay. Certainly not getting brighter. Excuse me, my voice was just fine until I started to record, which is what happens to me all the time. Now, what I find with the ink tints, when you activate them, wow, the color gets brighter. That's not the case here. Still a very pretty color. Okay, I know that it's not fair to compare this to an ink tint, so I went and got one of my Artisto watercolor pencils that I thought was kind of close in color, not exact, but I'm going to swatch that right underneath it. Okay, this puts down, I know it's not the same color. I couldn't find the same color. This goes down much smoother, and I feel like it covers more better. All right, let's activate this one and see. Because these are not a professional brand, and they're not very expensive. Wow, that actually changes color. Much more brighter. I feel like you're getting more color from this. All right. Let's go to the next one. We did that. Let's do this one. This is an orangey one. Oh, I didn't tell you the number in case you're interested. Probably not, but this one is 183. And this one is 115. Well, this has a much sharper point. I didn't sharpen any of these, so... Well, I feel like this is going down much better than the other one. Oh, much smoother. Is it just because the point is finer? I wouldn't think so. Now, I'm not pressing hard, but I am, you know, exerting some pressure. All right, let's see what we got here. I had to check to make sure I'm in frame. Yeah, again, it seems like it just kind of, wow, that leaked. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I think that one's better than the first one. But I can't say I'm crazy about them. Definitely still see lines, which, I don't know. I see people who use Caran d'Ache watercolor pencils, and they leave lines sometimes too. It all depends on how hard you press. Whatever, so I'm not really judging it on that. All right, did I say the number of this one? I think I did. 118? 115. All right, let's try this one, which is 192. Oh, this one's different. It actually has the price on it. This isn't, this has not been sharpened either. Oh, this is like a purple. I don't know if I knew that when I bought it because I am not a purple fan, but actually I really like this. It's kind of brownish, reddish. Good for landscapes. I am getting back into drawing again after quite a big break over Christmas because I just can only do so much with my hands. So I did a lot of things that took my hand power and baking too and decorating. So I didn't do much drawing in November and December. And I think in my last video, I showed you my 2 newest little sketches. Yeah, I don't get a real smooth color laydown with this. All right, let's see. I'm using too much water. Ooh. Oh, I really like this color. This is more reddish now. All right. I am not going to try to find a match with these other pens for each color. I just wanted to do it once. All right. Next up, this is a brown, and this is 283. I think we'll just put it over here. Now, you have to realize, because of my arthritis, and I have a lot of numbness in my hands, that I am sure I'm not putting down even pressure. So you can't really, don't judge these pencils too much on my swatching. But at least it'll give you an idea. Wow, so different when activated. I like that. I like these last two a lot more than the first two. Okay, we only got two left. So we got to remember this is not one of these. Let's see, are these both green? It looks like it. Okay, first we're gonna do 167. Oh, this one's really smooth. So they seem kind of inconsistent. Of course, now I'm buying these from Hobby Lobby. Who knows how long they've been sitting on the shelf. I don't know that that really matters with colored pencils, but. All right, this looks pretty. All of a sudden, I couldn't remember if I was recording or not. Oh, I would cry. All right, this is coming out much lighter and brighter. I think as far as just this little bit, just the swatching, I would not buy any more of these. Okay, this one is 167. Is that looks like the same color. They are different numbers, right? Yeah, 173, 167. All right. Let's activate this one. Whoa. Did I really just swatch the same two pencils? All right, I gotta scribble these out here and see. They look exactly the same when wet. Maybe I did. Whoa, that's not right. That is. Okay, I did swatch out the same pencil. I thought that was brown. Okay. All right, those are the same. All right, let's do this one right here. Well, at least I figured it out. All right. I thought this was brown, but it is green. More of like an olivey green. I'm sure you're all were saying as you're watching, you're doing the same pencil. Well, at least I figured it out. All right, water. Let's check this one out. Very light. I kind of like it when the pencils, when you activate them with water, they're brighter instead of lighter. Okay. Mix those two together. Ugh, no. Yep, guys, I'm not thrilled with these. Of course, no, I haven't. This is just my first impressions. first swatching. I haven't drawn with them, so I will draw. You know, maybe I should leave this empty and do a little drawing on here. Not now. Not on camera, but later, and then I can come back and show it to you in another video, and then you can kind of see them in action, because swatching doesn't really do any art supply justice. So here's the colors, and we will do a picture. I'll just do a really quick landscape, something real simple, I mean, and then I'll show that to you. But I don't think I'm going to buy any more of these, and I might gift these to my grandniece. But I really do like, I like my other gold Farber pencils that are not water activated. So just not crazy about the these watercolor ones. All right, let's go on to the next item. Okay, I thought I'd stick with watercolor pencils since that's what those were. So we're gonna look at the Artist Loft. Now again, none of these are professional supplies. Most of them are student or even just kids supplies. So, and I'm not swatching on watercolor paper. I decided I wasn't going to do that. I'm just using my Royal Talons book because I do watercolor in that all the time. But maybe we should pull out some paper and just test one of these on it. Let's see. Do I have any pages in here that... Oh. Let's just go back here. I don't think this is 100% cotton, but it's a Hahnemühle. So let's just try one of these pens. Which one? Let's see. I thought these two are probably the best. So let's try one of those. Let's try this one. And we'll give this guy the best chance he has at success. All right, now's your time to shine. Let's see what he does. Whoa, very pretty. All right, I would say that came out much better than the other one here. So maybe I'll switch to the watercolor paper. Let's see if we can compare them both here up close so you can see them. Whoa. I think this performed much better on the watercolor paper. So maybe I should swatch them on watercolor paper. All right, I'm going to re-swatch these on here, but I'll do it off camera so you don't have to watch me re-swatch them. Okay, I did re-swatch them, and I'm going to bring them up so you can see both. They definitely dissolved better on the watercolor paper, but still very low pigment payout, I think, for this one and that. This is kind of a gray-green. I kind of like the color, but... Oh, let's try the... Let's try, this is Orange Sand from Artistro. Oops. Let's try that on here. Just like I did on the other page. It was, I think it's more like this. I'll have to watch this video back when I label them because I probably won't remember what's what. I need to order some... more pens, but they're just so expensive. But I have to have, oh, that's almost an exact match. Wow. I have to have water proof black fine liner, so. Well, I don't see that much difference in them. So very interesting. But I have to say that I don't think they're any better than the Artisto. So I already have a set of these, so I don't think I'll be adding to these. But I'm really glad I bought them to try them out. And then you got to see them, and I'll have to draw a picture here now and maybe not even on here because they definitely perform better on the watercolor paper, which I know you're all probably saying, well, duh, of course they do. But I do almost all my sketching and drawing in the Royal Talons, and I love it. So that's just me. I know I'm weird. All right, so we said we were going to try the Artist Loft, and I decided to try the watercolor ones. I bought the pastel because it was like buy one, get one half off, and I love tiny things. But if I'm not crazy about these, I'm probably not going to open these. I'm going to gift them. So I won't swatch these if I don't really like these. But let's open these up. Okay. They are not going to open. Gonna have to go get an X-Acto blade. Okay. I was gonna open these off camera at first, and I was like, no. Oh, wow. I actually think I'm gonna have to get a scissors. All right, let's try this. Much better idea. Yes. All right, that way we can keep them sitting in their little tray for right now. I did buy something that I thought these would fit into at Five Below, so I guess I'll have to get that out and try it. All right, so I think we're just gonna skip this and we're just gonna stay on the watercolor. Try to get this stuff out of the way. All right, I'll go over here. Probably can zoom in a little bit, huh? I'm left-handed, so things might be a little weird. Let's see. I'm gonna try to bring you down a little bit closer. Okay, all right, now let's hope this goes faster. These do have names. They don't have numbers. There's no light fastness information on any of this stuff. Like I said, it's not, it's nothing professional. But let's try these out. Oh, they're so tiny. They actually lay down really smooth. I have had, okay, I'm sorry. That's dark pink. This is cherry red. I have had some Artist Loft watercolor paints. That's kind of what I first started off with. And I used them for quite a while. And they had, they were very bright and pigmented, but I did end up giving those away as I bought more different ones. Okay, this is just orange. And they were like $5, so. But they're great if you don't know if you would like watercolor, or you don't know if you want to invest in, you know, more expensive watercolors. Okay, this one's golden yellow. There's nothing wrong with getting a very affordable set and just playing with it, because no, it doesn't. This one goes down much more solid. There's nothing wrong with just trying something cheap, because, you know, you can still get a feel for it. I mean, that's my opinion. Other people say don't even think about using cheap supplies, but everybody's different. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I just like to play with art supplies. I am just self-taught, and I just like to sketch. So this is more of just a play channel, a fun channel, and I just like to share with you the different art that I do. So, okay, this one is dark green. Oh, did I say what that one was? That one was yellow green. Okay, this one is light blue. Well, it will be interesting to compare these to these. Now, I have no idea who makes Michael's pencils or art supplies, so. Okay, this is dark blue. I feel like there's just more color in these. But to be fair, I didn't buy really bright colors in these. I bought more landscape colors. Of course, there wasn't a choice about these. Okay, blue violet. Whoops. Okay, and then we've got light brown coming up. And then we've got gray and I think black. And then we'll activate them all together. And black. Today's Friday. I don't think I'll put this video out today because my last one's only been out 2 days. So I'll probably put it out maybe on Sunday. All right, we've got all those swatched. And as you can see, they are super tiny. I love them. All right. Let's see how these do. Oh, like this so far. Nice and bright. Nice and bright. I hope this is in focus. It's very hard for me to tell looking through the camera lens. This one kind of fades out a little bit just like the other brands, so that might just be a color thing. Although this seems to have more pigment than the Faber-Castell ones. And I bought these pencils back this summer. Whoa, that's bright. I cannot tell you how much I paid for them, but it was not a lot. I think regular price, they're $4.99. I want to say $3.99, but that sounds too cheap. I think they were like $4.99, and then it was buy one, get one free. Now that kind of just turned yellow. What was it called? Oh, it was called yellow green, so that makes sense. Oh, I like this. This is called dark green. I don't think I'd call it dark green, but I wasn't asked to name these colors, so. Okay, that one kind of faded out. It's pretty light anyway. I'll bring these up close as soon as I finish so you can take a look. And we'll go back to them also. Oh, this is pretty. After they've dried, because of course they're going to look a little bit different after they've dried. I fear this video is going to be so long. That's terrible. That really faded out. I'm not a fan of purple, but hey, that's pretty nice. Now this is one of the brown, the only brown, okay. All right, we'll do gray. So the lighter colors kind of fade out. They don't have a lot of pigment color payoff. And these are probably considered kid supplies. Oh, now the black is gorgeous, thick. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Huh. All right, let me get this brush cleaned. I wipe off on paper towel before I put it in the water, my brush in the water, just to keep my water cleaner. Okay. All right, let's bring these up close and so you can check them out. Are they focused? I think so. These two are probably the only two that didn't leave much color after they were activated. I actually really like these. And because they're tiny, they have a special place in my heart. I'm definitely keeping these. But that's all you get. You get those 12 colors and that's it. Now, I don't know about mixing. I'm not going to do that now because this video is going to end up being like an hour and a half long. We're already a half an hour in and I've only done 2 products. So I guess settle in, get comfortable, fall asleep to this. I don't know, whatever you want to do. I watch so many videos in bed at night, and sometimes I'll put on the closed caption and leave the sound off, and then other times I just leave the sound off and I just watch. So, but then, you know, during the day, of course, I've got sound on and I'm listening, but I watch videos in all different ways. Okay, this side is dry. These are nice, and so are these. I guess I don't really have that much more to say about them. They were just a fun purchase. And now I kind of want to open these, but once I open them, I can't gift them. I have other pastel pencils. Oh, I just don't know. What do you think I should do? Should I open them up? Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm going to leave those for now because I want to do all the watercolory pencils. So we have 2 more watercolor pencils. I'm going to have to, let's see, I got to get something to put in between here. I don't think I have anything in this book. Oh, yes. Do I? No. I've got to go get something to put in between here because I'm going to flip the page and we're going to test these next. Now, I bought these instead of buying the Derwent ones. So I just wanted to try these out, and I saw someone swatch them, and they look so pretty. And here you can see on the packaging how they show it. So this is Staedtler's, and they're like, I don't know, these are probably, let's see, tinted watercolor pencil with a hint of graphite. 2 completely different effects with one pencil. When used dry, it's soft and subtle. Nature colors with a dark graphite character. By adding water, they awake into a rich and living intensity while still staying muted. Soft and intense lead, wood from certified sustainable managed forests. Okay, and they are made in Germany. So I got high hopes for these, but again, I just didn't want to invest the $50-some into the 24 set of the Derwent ones if I, wasn't going to use them that much. And that's their Graphitint pencil set. I mean, I would love them. If someone bought them for me, I would be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. But when it came right down to spending $53, or I think these were like $12, I know I could have got a smaller set of the Graphitint, but they're still more expensive than these. And I'm not a professional artist. I'm just somebody who has fun with art supplies. So I really didn't see the need to spend the money. So I like this, it's hinged. That's the one thing I don't like about Derwent tins, are they're not hinged. And they never seem to snap on right. Now, I showed this before when I first opened these, but it's got a little flyer in here about all different kinds of pencils that they have. All right, so we will start with the, oh, I've got to get something to put in between here, so I'll be right back. Okay, I got my wax paper cut and put in between there, and I found where it talks about these in that little flyer. And why doesn't my phone want to focus? So they have these teeny tiny little swatches that you can hardly see. I was hoping for color names or something, but no color names. They seem to have some numbers on them. That's all we got. And they're colored on the ends. So that's the only way you can see the colors. So I'm just going to start here. This is G73. Goes down very smooth. All right. This one is a G76. Now, I don't know if on their website they've got color names, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I think, okay, that's really going to bug me. I think that if I was coloring with these, it would be very hard to tell what color they are from just that little end. Did I say what number that was? I don't know if anybody cares. This is G4. This one is G9. I don't think I would use these without water activating them. They all kind of look the same. Now, I'm getting some weird places here, and I don't know if it's because it's still wet on the other side, if it's the water is coming through the other side, from the other side. I don't know. Okay, this one is G83. Okay, let's just drop the G part. And I'll just say the numbers. Next one is 3. Oh, now you can really see that's blue. All right, and then we got 36. Another blue. These all look brown and gray to me, so it'll be really interesting to see what color they really are. And then we have 5. Oh, this one's green. And this is 1. Oh, there you can see the end on that one looks like a light green. I just have a feeling I'm really going to be impressed with these. Okay, 6. Mm, 20. It's like another purple. So how is your new year going so far? Mine's been very slow. I talked about it in the last video. And number 2, slow, but it's winter. So I guess I'm okay with that. I'm trying to finish my 2025 Smash Book up, and I got really frustrated with it last night. And I just feel like I just need a break from all that. So this year I'm going to try to focus on art and I am going to try to not do a memory book of my whole year. So we'll see how that goes. I like doing it, but I just feel like, especially now with my daughter not here, it's just so repetitive. I don't really have anything going on in my life. I don't need to be scrapbooking pictures of my art. I mean, it's silly, and I do that a lot. And it's okay. I'm not saying it's silly for anybody else to do it. It's just for me, I'd rather, because of my hand situation, I'd rather just focus on art instead of memory keeping my art. Like, for me, I just don't need to do it. I wish I could do it all, but I just can't because of my hands anymore. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm really excited about this. Could I move you down a little bit? Yep, sure can. Okay, you're in a little bit closer. Ooh, this is like a purple. More of a brown. Okay, because this has graphite in it, I think you're gonna see little specks. So it's not gonna be smooth as if you were just using like a watercolor. But I really don't know that much about it, so don't quote me on anything. I'm just here for the play. This is more of a reddish. Of course, they may look a little bit different when they dry also. I don't want any drips. Wow, the color just comes to life. I think that these will be very good for me, you know, with my landscapes and my, well, basically trees that I'm obsessed with doing. I can see that as a great tree trunk color. Okay, this is some kind of a gray, I think. This has got some blue in it, but very, very kind of grungy dark. Moody. I think maybe really good for buildings if you like to do urban sketching, and trees and stuff like that. So, or even the ocean, mountains. Whoa, look at that, you guys. That's like an ink tint. Wow, that is a lot of color there. Okay, these are definitely really cool. And one of my subscribers told me I was going to love these. I think that was Sue. And she is not wrong. Wow, look at that. So bright. I don't think it's really showing as bright in the camera as it is in real life. I'm filming in the morning. I like to film in the afternoon because I think my desk is brighter then, but once the sun hits my desk, then I don't like it because I don't like the shadows. And so I have a very small window to record. So today I thought I'd try morning. A lot of times it just ends up, my husband comes home for lunch, we sit around, we talk, we watch some TV. He might want to come in and paint, and I can't film while he's in here because I'm too self-conscious. And I don't want anyone listening to me while I'm filming. So a lot of times the day just gets away from me and there's sun on my desk. And then it's like, oh, well, I got to wait another day. Love these. Wow. Those I might have to color a little bit harder to get a little bit more color payoff. 2 purples. Interesting. And what do we have for the last one? Oh, a pinky red. Oh, I like that. All right. Lots of bright colors on my towel, if you were interested, which I'm sure you're probably not. Why is she showing us that? Sorry, I'm just silly. Hopefully my voice sounds a little better. I went and got some of my coconut water that I absolutely love. And hopefully that will help me sound a little bit better. Okay, let's get these up close, but not blurry. I think that's about as close as I can get. Love that color, love all of these. And even though I'm not a purple person, I don't know, they're pretty. This one's really cool too. They're pretty much dry. I mean, watercolor paper, they're gonna soak in. So these are awesome. I absolutely love them. Maybe I can do a little sketch down here with them later and I'll show you. So very, very happy with these. Very impressed, Stedler. Let's put this little thing back in here. Oh, and I gotta move you back up, sorry. It jerks the camera too much for me to move it while it's recording, so I always have to pause it. And this time I tried to slide it up and it just kind of like jerked, and I was like, oh, thank goodness I wasn't filming. Okay, so love these. And we'll go to the last watercolor pencils. And I know absolutely nothing about this brand. Again, I'm not sure where I saw it. I think somebody had these on a video I was watching. They're by Mitsubishi Pencil Company. And this is Japanese. And everything is in Japanese. So we will not be getting any information off of there. It actually Uni watercolor. I got these on Amazon. I should have my iPad over here so I could show you how much they were. They were kind of expensive. They might have even been like $15, but it was Christmas and I was really looking for something fun, and I just love things in boxes. See, I'm not crazy about these because where am I going to put them? What am I going to put them in? Okay, these kind of moved. Get to where you belong. There we go. All right. So it comes with a water brush, which is so cute. I love these small water brushes, but I'm not going to use this today. Some of my water brushes got moldy. I had to throw them out. Has that ever happened to you? I think it's because I go months and months without using them, so I probably should empty them out. But yeah, I had to throw a couple out. That was sad. Now this comes with that little pencil extender, which I think is really cool. I really like that. Probably no reason to swatch the white, and it comes with a little sharpener. Now you could cut a little sponge and put in there if you wanted that instead of this. But okay, we're gonna go to the other side of the paper here. Again, these are not anything professional, but they had really good reviews on Amazon. I don't really care so much about reviews unless I'm buying something that's really expensive. Because I do this for fun. So, you know, reviews are very subjective anyway. All right, can probably zoom in a little bit again. All right, here we go. Should I do the white? It seems kind of silly, but it seems wrong not to do it. I can actually see it on the paper. That's crazy. All right. And do these have color names? Ooh, they do. Let's see what this is. This is white. How surprising. 801. But this one is called Lemon 807. I doubt you can see it. It's in gold there if it hits like that. These feel really good. They feel like they're laying down a lot of color. They're very smooth. Wow. And this one is light orange. Wow, that seems pretty bright to me. Now, these come in 3 different sets. I just picked the normal set. I think there's like a landscape or like a this is like a primary set. Normal. I think there's a landscape set and maybe a pastel set. They didn't have the landscape one, I don't think, when I was buying them. Oops, I didn't tell you the color of that one. Dark carmine, and this one is pale geranium lake. Wow, they have very interesting names. At least they have names. Light blue. Let's see. Am I halfway through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I'm going to do 6 and 6. This one's going to be a little bit smaller. I left too much space in between. Okay, we've got Prussian blue. Very bright. And then we have a sapa green. And apple green. I'm not going to read the numbers. I don't think it matters. I don't think you can buy these open stock. Actually, I don't know. Maybe in Japan you can. But I'm a long ways from there. All right. And I don't know anything about this company. Is it the car company? Van Dyke Brown. Very interesting. I think I'm going to be tempted to buy the other colors. Venetian red. Oh, wow. I want to try that extender because this hits right here on your hand, and that's not real comfortable. Oh, my goodness. So much better. This is the coolest thing. I've never seen anything like that before. Somebody had said in the comments that it was a cat for the pencils. And I was like, okay, that seems really weird. And then somebody said it was, and this is black, said it was an extender. And yeah, very nice. Okay, guys, I'm really excited about wetting these. Okay. My brush had better be very clean for that white. Of course, you can't really tell anything. But just to be fair, I didn't want it to feel left out. It's not its fault it doesn't show up on white paper. Oh, you guys. Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. This reminds me of the ink tints. Oh, wow. I am so glad I tried these. Wow. I'm going to go get once I finish this, I'm going to go get my iPad and pull it up so we can see them. Oh boy, these are absolutely gorgeous. And if I had to compare them to these are so much better. So much better. Wow, guys. Okay, these are by far my favorites. Let's see how the light color does. Kind of like all the other ones. If it's light, it's just not as intense, which makes sense. Pretty for sky though. Let's see how the light blue does. Oh, I mean the brighter blue. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I think that was Prussian. Was that? No. Yeah, that was Prussian blue. Yep. All right, well, I do have, I did talk about in the last video about keeping track of everything I spend for art. And I am doing that. But I have a $100 gift certificate from Amazon, from Christmas. I haven't even uploaded it into my account yet. Okay, that one's very light, but still bright. And I just might have to get another set of these. Yeah, the brown's just okay. All right, this is supposed to be that red one. Wow, again, not as bright as those first ones. All right, and the last one's black. Let's see how the black does. Very nice. Oh, it's got a purpley blue color to it. All right. Well, guys, I'm impressed. I love these. These are my favorite so far. Very pretty. These have dried. And these are muted. That's what they're supposed to be. So you can't, you know, we're not comparing those to those. But we can compare these to the ones from Michaels. Some of these colors they have more, the yellow is very bright, but otherwise, I think these have more color payout. And don't even compare to these, but remember, I only bought landscape colors, so I can't really compare those to the bright ones. But these are definitely my favorite. And let me go get my iPad so I can show you these on Amazon. Okay, I went and got my iPad. These are the ones I purchased. They're at $14.58 right now. There's only 6 left in stock. So I guess if you like these and want to get them, I did see something interesting here. It says age range teen. So these are aimed at kids, I guess you'd say. Now, this is the I don't know if they say multicolors, I guess. Now the other one, they're asking $17 for. And these are called shabby colors. And I think these are more what I would call landscape. Okay, come on. We've got a gray, a purple, no blues. Couple of 3 brown, 2 greens. Very interesting. Let me show you this one. Nope. Come on. Okay, here are the swatches for the one that I have. So very, very interesting. I really like these. I really want that other set, but I do not think those are worth $17. But I do have a gift card. And I also have point money from my Amazon credit card. I think I have $13. So if I use that towards that, they'd only be $4. So yeah, all my points that I get from using my Amazon card goes towards art. So, okay, these are not, these are not saying there's only 6 left, so I might just put those in my things I like. I am actually going to add them to my cart, and then I will, I'll just put them in the save for later in my cart and check back, and maybe the price will drop because I don't know, that's just a little bit too expensive, I think. But, oh, I really want them. All right, so let's close these up. My cute little set. And we have, I think, just one thing left to swatch. Yes, I saved the best for last, just kidding. These are the cheapest watercolors you can buy. Dollar Tree used to sell them for $1.25 years ago, or $1 maybe. I've never been able to find them at my Dollar Tree, and I've always wanted a set because they're just so tiny. They are so tiny. Look at how tiny they are. And I found them on Amazon. They were like $3 and something, and I could not resist. So I'm not expecting these to be anything great. These are definitely a kid's watercolor. It says intense colors. The other thing that I thought was interesting is the reviews on these. They had really good reviews. Oh, look at them. They're so cute. This could go in the smallest bag. If you were going out, you could take a tiny sketchbook and these. But we'll see. Now, there is an actual paintbrush in here, but I heard it was rubbish, which, yeah, it kind of looks it. I don't know. I use cheap dollar store brushes, so, but I'm not going to use this to swatch it. I will use my regular brush. Okay, let's move this over here and clip that. And then I don't know if I should activate these ahead of time. Wow, they can sit right there. Should I activate them? Maybe. I've got something I can use. I've been rearranging all my supplies, and I put everything in this little Claire's bag that's clear so I could see it. And I've got my little pipette. I think that's what you call it. So let's just put a little drop of water on all these. Give them a chance to. These are probably comparable like Crayola watercolors. Oops. I've not, whoa, okay. That's enough. We'll let that sit for a minute. Definitely kids watercolors. I have not, I don't think I've ever used Prang. I used Crayola in school. All right, are you ready to see these? I'm kind of excited. I hope that they do have some color payout. Now, you probably could pop these out and put your own watercolors in there if you had tubes. Should I do circles since they're in circles? Okay, guys, I am very pleasantly surprised. Wow, I see I can't do a nice circle or any type of oval or square, really. Very pretty. Okay, now, even though I'm wiping these on the paper towel, they're still coloring my water, which is what happens with cheaper paints. But that's really not a big deal. Ooh, they actually look really creamy. Well, I guess the reviews weren't that wrong. I should probably be making these bigger. You know, I don't like when people make small swatches, and then here, that's what I'm doing. bigger. There we go. Maybe I'll go back and make these a little bit bigger. Well, I'm very pleasantly surprised, and I cannot wait to actually paint something with these paints. That will be fun. All right, that's just a little bit bigger. Okay, now on to the yellow. Oh, I better make sure my brush is clean if I'm going to yellow. All right. Is this too close up? Is it? Oh, it is so hard for me to see if it's in focus. Wow. Look at that. Well, they did say intense color, and they're not wrong. They are not wrong. You get a bright, bright green, kind of a yellowy green, springy green. I don't think these have colors or anything. Names. I mean, at least not on here. They're probably just the same colors as their regular, bigger watercolor pans. I don't know. All right. Let's move along here. Take this clip off. And that is not a green that I would want to use, so I would have to mix that. Maybe with some orange. Make it a little more earthy. All right, this looks like a teal blue. Very pretty. All right, so after I do this, we're going to end this video because this one's really long. And then I will work this weekend, next week, on doing a painting or a drawing with each one of these new supplies. And then I will come back and show you what I've done. Sorry I can't do that stuff on camera. My hands are just too bad. I have to take too many breaks. It would just be too hard. Whoa, that is dark. Wow. Look at that color. All right, one more in this line. We have a purple. Lots of color there. All right, we've got a really pretty pink. This is very different. Really, really like this color. Pinks usually are like super bright. That one's really pretty. Kind of like a carnation pink. All right, this looks like a tan. Light orange. Skin tone maybe. Oh, I see a robin outside my window. They stay here all winter long now. Robins always used to fly south, not anymore. Well, some of them do, but not all of them. We have ones that stay around every year. And we're doing the white because we don't want it to feel left out. And we got brown, we got black. Oh, this one doesn't look like it got much water on it. Or maybe it's just dried already. I almost went over the white. That's a nice brown. Quite a bit of color. All right, we're on our last one, black. That's got too much water on it. Gonna have to soak that up. Wow. All right, here we go. Very, very black. All right. I want to see my paper now. Wow, that's a lot of color. All right, let's move these to the side. And I don't think I can lift these up very much because it'll probably go out of focus, but I am very impressed with every one of these colors are bright. This is probably the most surprising because I thought these were probably going to be the worst of the supplies. So I guess it just goes to show you that price doesn't necessarily mean good color payout. I mean, everything here was low cost, but this is definitely the lowest at $3. So very happy with those. That was super fun. I'm gonna let those dry. Let me move you back up. Okay, so these are still really wet, so I don't want to flip. I'd like to flip through and show you them all again, but I think these might run. There's a lot of water on those. So I'll have to let those dry. They do look very chalky in the pan, but I don't think they came out chalky at all. So absolutely adore these. So cute. Everything's, I got 3 mini things. That's kind of cool. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was long. I like long videos, so I hear so many people like they're like 20 minutes and that's their limit on their videos. I don't know. I like long videos. So hope you do too. And hope you enjoyed this, thought it was fun. I had a great time doing it. And I will catch you in the next one. I think the next video is going to be opening all these Journal Say stickers and papers and washi tape. So that will be the next one. And then I will definitely work on doing pictures with each one of these. That might take a couple weeks. So if I don't show you in the next video, it will be coming up. So, all right. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to all my followers. I would love it if you have your, if you have a hype button, if you would hype my video and give it a like if you liked it. And I hope you come back and visit with me again. Love you. Bye.